Come on now, you don't just throw away 25 years lock, stock, and barrel. I gotta tell you something right now. As a mature single, I'm a single woman. You know what I'm saying? I would ask, well, you know what? You all can say what you want and you're entitled to. You know, I certainly say what I want behind closed doors. But I will tell you this, you know, we do have our son and he is away in college and he's home right now. If you're wondering why I'm hanging out so much with him, he's home for college break. He sees me, he sees his dad. I go out a lot because I am a good time girl. I like to have fun.
Y'all, for 16 years, Sharina Hudson was living good on Wendy Williams' talk show money. The $765,000 Morristown mansion Kevin Hunter bought her 10 miles from Wendy's front door, the $80,000 diamond, the Honduras vacations, the vegan brand, the whole fantasy. And drama pages are alleging November 2025 sent Sharina the invoice. Kevin dumped her. The business is flopped. And insiders close to Sharina claim baby's out here in Florida applying for food stamps. Sit down. Let me get into it. Sharina was 21 years old in 2007 when she showed up at Wendy and Kevin's blackout party in New York.
Especially because I knew that Kevin was cheating on me at that time. I mean, Kevin is a serial cheat. You know, this girl who had his baby is not the only one. And it was shortly after we got married that I found that out.
A whole married man's house party. Then early 2010s, Charlamagne the God introduces her to Kevin under the pretense of mentoring her modeling career.
Listen, Wendy can't half-ass it though. She's got to fire that fool from all business ventures and drop his last name. Okay, because nobody refers to you as Miss Hunter unless you tell them to. All right, you are Wendy Williams. That name is worth multi-millions. Nobody cares about no damn Hunter. In fact, your ex-wife Kelvin needs to call himself Mr. Williams.
Listen, mentoring. That's what they calling it now. Kevin was 14 years older, married to the biggest woman in daytime TV, and Sharina slid right into the seat. By 2015, Kevin had bought her a 3,500 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath mansion in Morristown, New Jersey for $765,000 cash, 10 miles from the marital home he shared with Wendy. That ain't cheating, sis. That's a whole second household set up like a franchise location.
The address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're living the high life. I went to the house, a beautiful house with a 3-car garage. I was cupping my eyes at every window. Oh, okay, not my house. But this is a good come up for a 32-year-old woman who's been involved with my husband for over 10 years. Pulled out my spray paint. And I spray painted Kevin and Wendy forever.
Meanwhile, Sharina kept traveling, including a Honduras trip during Kevin and Wendy's marriage, which Wendy clocked on air. Her exact words, "I don't want to hear how she helped you, and she was supportive, and she went with you to Honduras. She was not supposed to be there." They were still married. Kimber Hunter, Kevin's own sister, went on record saying Sharina had multiple pregnancies before Journey that she was reportedly pressured to end. Kevin's own sister. Then March 22nd, 2019, Journey Hunter is born to Sharina and Kevin. Wendy filed for divorce a month later.
Hot topics, you know, poke a hole in the condom and get pregnant. But that backfired on me, didn't it? Okay now. All's I'm saying, turnabout's a fair game. I'm a fair game player and a straight shooter too. Pow, pow.
Wendy told me one of the first times she came to my house, she told me her words that they were worried that he was going to avoid being served, you know, from the process serve. And so, you know, and I think he was doing a very good job of it. And she knows that he likes gifts. He likes designer things. He likes, you know, the stuff that used to show up at the Wendy show and people are like, hey, you know, Wendy, wear this, or, you know, blah, 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 designer thing. And so they put the divorce papers in a Balenciaga box.
Oh my God.
And
that is brilliant.
To Wendy. And then when he drove into their house, into the driveway of the house in New Jersey, and said the process server was at the end of the driveway and said, a delivery for Kevin. And he's like, oh yeah. And then he signed for it and he goes, you have been served.
Told SiriusXM she'd known for years, but she had to get her ducks in a row because her son was at home and it wasn't fair to him. That's not a woman who got played. That's a woman who watched the whole play, took notes, and waited for the right scene to walk off stage. Then came the receipt that broke the internet. January 27th, 2021. Wendy on Hot Topics.
Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning. I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin.
Sharina had spent a whole decade in the shadows, and Wendy dragged her into the spotlight by her week. And Sharina had no platform to fight back. That's the piece nobody wants to say. She built a whole life off Kevin, but the woman with the microphone was always gonna be Wendy. Now, here come November 2025, and honey, the girls have found out.
So if you haven't heard, you know already that Wendy Williams won in court against Kevin Hunter, trying to get his alimony back reinstated. So the judge denied it, but did say that he could go to mediation in regards to it. So you know he's probably gonna do that because he's still talking about how broke he is.
Drama Page is breaking it. Kevin has dumped Sharina, scrubbed her off his Instagram like she was a typo. The Morristown mansion, gone. Vegan Nose, her whole vegan food brand, never took off. Vish NYC, her luxury athleisure line, never gained traction. Because here's the truth, Sharina never wanted to face. None of it was ever gonna work without Wendy's platform behind it. Now she's out in Florida, rebranded on Instagram as a Florida real estate agent, vegan chef, homeschool mom, a whole resume rewrite. And insiders close to Sharina are claiming she's applied for public assistance to feed 6-year-old Journey. I'ma let y'all fight about that specific claim in the comments, but the streets is talking. And Wendy? Still in guardianship since May 2022.
First of all, why can't I find any videos of Wendy anywhere? You were the executive producer. We want answers and we can't get answers. Where's her legacy? You go on YouTube and everything is gone. Her Instagram is gone. You know, she's been doing this for many, many, many years. Where is her videos?
Mercury what happened with that. They erased her videos when the Sherry show was starting. They didn't want any distractions of the legacy. I think that's crazy. I think that Tasha, you know, maybe you and the audience of passionate people who are so opinionated, maybe they need to start a campaign. They took the videos down. They took down 10 years worth of work. And she's not in a position to really fight for her own right now because she's trying to, you know, get herself together.
But drama pages are alleging Wendy's camp has been quietly leaking new details to the outlets since she can't speak for herself. Kevin's September 2024 interview where he called Sharina his family. Where he at now with that family energy? Baby scrubbed her faster than a bad hair color. And here's the part that's making everybody's jaw drop online. The guardianship. The thing everybody thought was Wendy's defeat is the exact thing that saved her. The second Kevin lost access to Wendy's money, Sharina's whole utility to him dropped to zero. He used Wendy for 22 years for the checks. He used Sharina for a decade for the youth. And the minute the check stopped, so did the affair. That's not love. That's a business model. And the business went bankrupt. Now, word is, Sharina is threatening Kevin with what they're calling Wendy Williams evidence. Receipts she reportedly kept from his double life that could ruin him if they hit the internet. The side chick turned into a witness. Honey. So tell me, is this the universe finally cutting Sharina her karma check? Or was she a 21-year-old who got groomed by a grown married man and Kevin is the only villain in this whole story? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me what you really think. Hit that like, subscribe if you new around here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, baddies.